So whenever you tell me when to clap, or I guess you can just clap. Put our phones together.
All right.
There we go.
And now we are live. I was really quiet last time, so I'm gonna try to be a little more loud this time.
I got the hat today. I haven't worn it in a while, so I figured it's a sunny day.
Yeah, it's kind of been sitting in your car for a while, hasn't it? It's kind of...
Yeah, it was a little out of shape, and I just tied some rubber bands to it in the closed position, and it kind of reshaped back out.
That's good.
It's a little rough though, but it's an old hat. I've had it for like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. The creator gave it
forever.
to me.
Yes, I remember.
I don't even remember his name. I think it's a cool guy.
He just passed you the hat.
Yeah, no, we were doing it. My dad was doing a job where he works, and I was there working. And he's like, he just does this, and he likes my dad, so he just gave me on. Well, what have you been thinking about this week? I thought of a cool question in the shower today.
We were talking about the Rotten Tomatoes thing last week, and I told you this, I think, because I saw that The Rise of Skywalker on Rotten Tomatoes has an audience score of 86% approval.
Which one is that?
That's the last Star Wars movie, episode 9.
Why did they remove the mixed race couple?
I don't know.
And it was a good romance, too, is the worst part. Is that I actually wanted that romance to happen in the movie.
Like Tico and Rose and Finn?
I don't remember the character's name because they, took her out of the third movie. But the girl who was...
like the pilot, Asian?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
And her and Finn.
Yeah, they cut her that. She didn't want to be in it.
She didn't want to be in it, that's why?
Apparently after the last one, she just got like massive amounts of hate mail, and she was like, it's just not worth it.
It's terrible.
Imagine how much hate they had to get to not want to be in Star Wars. Oh yeah, there was 86% approval in Rotten Tomatoes, so audiences know nothing. But my favorite review here, a 4-star review from Hector, says, "Good film, a personal look into Black Widow's past."
Hector is very insightful.
Hector, thank you, Hector.
I'm glad we had Hector to weigh in. I was going to ask you, how do you problem solve? How does your brain figure stuff out?
I mean, I kind of tend to procrastinate until I sort of have to think stuff over. I mean, a lot of times I'll be when I'm working on a song or something else, before I go to bed or in the shower, I'll sit there and just make myself think about something until I come up with an idea.
Okay.
Okay,
I was going to say I trial and error that shit.
You trial and error it?
I trial and error everything. I remember we were learning in math, and the teacher was like, "You're not doing this the right way." I was like, I just kept trying random numbers to figure out what divides into what. I think to find the power of. I was like, no, it's just trial and error. It's my strategy.
That's your strategy. Just go for it until it works out. All right.
That's what I was thinking about today in the shower. I also was thinking about that guy's name, actually, from the...
Really? Well, we can't say any names on it.
Well, you can just...
I did have a funny idea.
You could just censor, a bleep.
I did censor. You said the name of your friend the last one. I put a bleep over it.
There you go.
I was thinking it would be funny if we just never said our names on here.
Oh, I not said your name yet? You said my name a lot in the last one.
I didn't. Only a couple times. And
it was 3 or 4.
I cut them out.
Yeah.
But I think we just had no names. We're just nameless.
I
mysterious.
think you know what would be funny? Is if we disguise a YouTube account as a Cometown Reuploads clips video and just put our podcast.
Someone must have done that.
Maybe. You have to dig and find out. It could be funny.
It'd be funny. It was a compilation too, so it was 5 Cometown clips and then 1 clip of us and then one more Cometown clip at the end.
That'd be perfect. That's actually really good. But you know what the problem is? They don't have a YouTube presence. So
yeah, people were just upload their stuff.
I think they have a YouTube. It might be Fugue State. I don't know, but there's tons of just re-upload channels.
Oh yeah,
they don't copyright that.
I
shit.
kept seeing this one where it was a guy playing chess with the name Nick Mullen, and it would just be random clips of Cometown over it.
It'll be Cometown clips, and it'll just be some guy. I saw a video where some guy showing how much profit he made off of re-uploads. Really? And he's just playing FIFA.
Weird.
He just plays FIFA, puts Cometown audio over it.
Man.
And he said he's making $46,000 a year.
That's a gig. I mean, it doesn't last that long, but it's a thing to do, I guess.
I mean, if that works for a month, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
We should just steal.
I'm still thinking about it. I saw that clip where they put penis in the names of movies, and it went on for 30.
So we've kind of switched places now because you're the gamer listening to Come Town.
I'm kind of the Come Town Reddit gamer over
I'm
here.
just doing my homework and going to work.
Yeah, you just want to grill. You're just kind of normcore over there.
I just want to grill. No, I have been wanting to play the guitar a lot more. I'm trying to learn one song a week.
One song a week?
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
That's my challenge for this summer. I'm trying to do like a lot of stuff this summer. I'm trying to like get into my routine.
Hit up the observatory.
We do have to hit up the observatory. I want to get into my routine so I can feel a little, chill. During the semester, I feel like your brain gets a little scrambled when you're doing assignments. Your room gets a little messy. You don't get the messy room?
I don't.
I do. When I just have like tons of assignments, laundry doesn't get folded and like things just get left where they were for a little bit. And then once the semester ends, I like deep clean my shit.
Really?
Everything. And I'm like throwing a bunch of stuff away.
I gotta move. This chair's really squeaky. I don't want that interfering with the recording here.
I have to turn my chair then.
Let's get comfortable. Why don't we?
I'm thinking about getting another beanbag for my room. Or one of those chairs you kind of sink into.
Oh, yeah. I can never get comfortable in those. I'm not the right size, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you're just, I don't know.
I'm always like with the wrong angle.
Well, I was thinking about it. IKEA's furniture is like shit. Well, hold on, stop. What I mean is some of them are just uncomfortable in like weird ways. Like the chairs are a little too low sometimes, or a little too high. You don't think so? I think it's because
you have to make it. I think you just made them wrong.
I think they're just longer people over there. That you might be IKEA size.
Maybe I am IKEA size. I haven't had a problem with
I'm very beanbag size. I kind of melt into things. What else have you had on your mind? How was working your first job ever?
I mean, it could be worse.
Were you like nervous?
I was nervous like the first day. I was like, I gotta do stuff.
You gotta do stuff. Would you say it's easy? It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to figure out. I mean, answering questions for people, I just don't know. I've been. I felt kind of bad yesterday where I would just get up and like redirect the people to like you or the person behind you.
That's fine. I did that for like 2 months. Yeah. I mean, it is going to be a matter of like learning just the stuff that happens there.
Yeah, I just don't know that stuff.
Yeah, you'll learn it eventually.
But everything else I feel like I mostly have.
Yeah.
I was signing people in. I was redirected on the phones.
Yeah, a good bailout for the phones is I'm not sure, but I could check for you. Could you hold? They're like, and then you can just like, and then ask someone.
I was being instructed that a lot of times they'll just be like, I don't know, but I can take your information and get this to someone for you.
Yeah,
and then you just don't do anything with that.
Well, I do it. I like try to get them to know, but it's whatever. For context, we're basically receptionists. That's basically what we do is answer phones and answer questions.
Yeah, no, we're definitely receptionists.
Some people live off of this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be great.
Crazy people have been doing that for like 5 years.
Some people have been doing that for 40 years. There's like ladies who've worked in offices and they just sat at the front desk, made like, did that for their whole life.
Yeah.
That was doable till recently.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know. I wasn't fucking there.
My grandma used to be a court typer, whatever they're called. You know what they're called?
Stenographer? No, I'm not sure.
No, stenographer's one who draws the pictures, I feel like. Let me check.
Stenographer might be a medical thing.
No, I think a court stenographer is a thing.
They don't type. They have buttons that form words.
Really?
Yeah. They're not typing like on a keyboard.
It is a stenographer. Yes, my grandmother was a court stenographer.
I'm an educated dude.
Look at you. Yeah.
I had a riddle for you.
I know because she gets a disability check for arthritis that she got from typing too much. Like hand.
For the state. She was crippled by the state.
She was. First is I think it's really funny that I made my joke about being an amanuensis. Like 3 days ago, it was just like...
I don't know what that is.
It's a person who dictates like a literary work for someone.
Oh.
Like
translation?
If you're an author and you don't write, it was like especially like a Middle Ages. Like
so you basically tell a guy something.
You would tell a guy something and he would like transcribe it down for you.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. That'd
be a cool job to interpret.
Yeah, but I made a joke about being an amanuensis.
And no one understood.
I just got that blank stare.
You get that fluoride water stare.
I'm glad you were there to be like, I don't know what that means. So I could be like, oh, all right.
Is also reading the Bible.
Really?
Oh, I guess you have to bleep that, but the guy in charge of the building, I'll say that.
Reading the Bible?
He's reading the Bible, and he's saying it's a terrible read. He hates it.
Yeah, it's not a good read.
And I gave you a good word in later, because I'm sure he's going to bring it up now. I was like,
Yeah.
and he also said he read like a bunch of the religious texts. He said he read like the Torah, the Quran.
Really? How do you read the Quran? It's only in Arabic.
He was in the military for a while.
Really? Maybe you learned it.
I'm not sure.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, I'm sure I could find the Quran written in English. I can
You cannot find a full... I think you might be able to find parts of it, but I don't think there's a full one.
Disclaimer, not disparaging the religious text, but stating factually that I could probably find it.
I think a lot of them aren't technically also categorized as translations, but adaptations of the Quran into English.
Whatever. I mean, okay. I'm sure I could find a way to intake the Quran.
Probably. But
I could at least find a guy to tell it to me.
But still, you wouldn't get the rich literary
That's
depth.
probably fine, right?
What?
If you could find someone who could tell you,
Yeah.
that's allowed.
I mean, that's what like people in the Middle Ages did for
This
like the
podcast
Bible.
is going to be me becoming Muslim. Like I find a guy and I talk.
And he's like, actually, he's kind of, Prophet Muhammad.
He's making
got
some points.
He's kind of onto something there.
It might happen.
know?
You never know.
That would be so funny.
When I was younger, I kind of thought I wanted to think I was like into the Buddhist stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of believe it.
If you convert to Islam, what should I convert to?
Scientology or something weird, like a cult. Definitely like a cult. I don't know. What about what is there? Who is there out there? I can't see you like dressing up like a communist. It's like not real.
I could like join a Shinto like temple. I'd be like their one white guy priest.
I always wonder if you can do that. They probably don't let you because
There
they don't like other.
There must be. You must be able to get in their good graces. If you like sweep the floors for a decade,
I don't know
They
if-
must be like, all right, you can come in. Like,
I don't know if you told me this, but they're like racist, right?
yeah, they're xenophobic.
But those guys like they don't come. I don't know how much they come out from where they live.
I don't think.
So
much.
I think that it's just their community there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, it's like their families, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think they don't like they don't give a fuck
But
about us.
if I go and I sweep the floors of the shrine for a decade, they must be like, all right, you can come in now. Like it must be fine at that point.
Would you shave your head?
Do you have to?
If you want to be like if you wanted to join them like officially, I think
guess
so. Yeah.
I'd shave my head.
The shaving the head it really is the other end of the long hair. I have to say, because I have done both. You were longer than I ever had it.
Really?
To be fair to you,
I feel like it's tapped out.
you think that's it?
I don't know. It hasn't grown in a while. I don't feel like.
I mean, you're the one who told me I was wrong about how long it grows.
But I feel like it's been stuck here for a while.
My ma told me when I was a boy, you got like a year. No, not a year. I don't remember what she said, but I don't know.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out. I mean, have you been measuring it officially? You should start.
No. I just like how I looked at it. I'm like, man, it's kind of the same as it's been for a while.
For context, I would say it's like belly button length, right? That's fair. Over his front shoulder, it's belly button length.
Yeah. On the back, it would go like
To your ass crack?
no, not to the butt. To the small of my back.
The small of your back? I can imagine. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Imagine luscious locks cascading down.
Well, did you
my
cut it in
oiled
high school?
body.
Did you cut it in senior year? We could look for pictures. I'm sure if we...
I think I stopped in senior year of high school. And that was 8 years ago. So
This is 8 years?
I was joking. It was a joke because they don't
How old
know.
are... Shit. Well, we could... I think they kind of know how old we are. I think we're very like...
You think we're like definitely young, early 20-somethings?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we sound like 20. How old? Maybe. So we could either be like
We
19
could be older.
turning 20, or we could be like 29 about to turn 30. That's a big window.
I don't think we sound like 29-year-olds.
Let's not say.
All right. We're keeping it mysterious.
It's going to be like, no one's going to fucking listen first.
Yeah.
But when they do, they're going to be like, I know exactly how old
I
man
think I
is.
should put the first episode up, too.
I don't think you should.
I think I should. I think I'm going to make the Grubcast channel on YouTube.
That'd be a poor
Put it up.
choice.
I even made a little theme song for it.
It's kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Should we be like we're in a band?
Sure.
We're in a band. Are we gonna plug it? Let's not plug it because I feel like you figure out who we are instantly, right?
Yeah, our names are in the credits.
Yeah. So let's not plug it. I don't know.
We haven't really established who we are as people, have we?
You don't believe we're people.
Oh my God. That's not what that means.
Listen, I'm a people, that's for sure.
Anyway, so you're a Wario. I'm a Waluigi.
No, I think you're definitely more of a Luigi. No, we're very, like, on a moral compass scale, terms of, like, up here, positive.
We're good people, you think?
We're not nefarious.
We're not nefarious.
We're very, like, oh, these are, like, two normal people walking past me on the street. I don't think people are like, those are the guys. So I think we're, like, Mario Luigi.
But you're a little chaotic.
Nah. I learned how to use the cameras at work, and I, like, taught the guy. It's over. I'm responsible, bro.
You're responsible. You have kind of turned into a responsible adult.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't want to do bad at school.
Yeah, a decade from now, you'll be coming home from your white-collar job, putting the briefcase down, coming home to your beautiful wife and kids.
Imagine. There's it is always kind of interesting to think, like, some people, like, have a full mind shift at some point in their life. Like, some dude will, like, be some random, like, dude, and he'll be like, I'm going to be a monk now. And his whole, like, fucking, like...
Just switches.
That's so crazy, because I can't ever imagine, like, not being how I am. I kind of feel like I'm generally free. I don't know. I don't really have, like, a super, like, that's what I'm going to do thing, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
And then, meanwhile, that girl we were talking to, I think she's, like, 2 years younger than us. The girl we went to the movie with.
Yeah.
She's like, I know exactly what the fuck I'm going to do.
Yeah,
and she's like...
That's some people.
And she's on it.
I could respect it. They're a preferable path, though. If we became famous musicians, I'd be like, yeah, that's like the ideal outcome. I think the ideal outcome is we became famous musicians.
I was thinking about my best life, my perfect life, is like some like bullshit like fairy tale. I just have some place where I like train all the time, and I'm some kind of like cool dude. That's it. Like, imagine like living in like, I don't know, some dumbass temple somewhere, and you get like work out all the time, and that's like what you do, and you're just like a dude at that temple who like trains sword. I don't know. That'd be awesome. That's like an awesome life.
So you can be like the training monk, and I'll be like the scribe monk, in the library with the tomes.
I don't know how fun that Shaolin monk shit is. It seems like fucked up sometimes. They got those kids training hard. I mean, they get the results, but like sometimes it like bored. It's like, what if one of those kids don't want to do that shit? You just got to.
Don't just fail out.
I mean, where does that kind of borders on like child abuse a little? No,
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, they're hitting those kids.
Not great.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd like to do that. I'm thinking more like a wandering warrior kind of thing would be cool.
Perhaps like Guts.
Like a vagabond more. I would never want to be Guts. God. So crazy. First berserk on the podcast. You.
The whole last episode was a lot of berserk.
Yeah, but that was the dry run. And that was me just saying whatever to get you to like say stuff. I was trying to like ram up that one.
Trying to work that one.
I'm going to prison for that one. They're locking me up. They're going to know I'm an enemy of the state. Every time I come here, I always regret not grabbing something.
What did you forget this time?
No, like, I definitely should have grabbed, like, a McDonald's large fry.
Ooh. Every time we talk about this, I just desperately want to make chicken.
I think, would that be a good podcast?
What?
That's kind of crazy. Well, I guess maybe not. It's kind of cool that some people just started a podcast, like, 10 years ago, and it turned out to be, like, the best decision of their life. And that reserve is probably tapped out.
Yeah. Who knows?
We got to figure out the
You want to like bring the phones into the car and just like record our drive to McDonald's.
We could do that. I was wondering if that might be like a future episode or something.
Perhaps.
Let's see what the vibes are. Let's see how hungry I get.
The vibes are off.
Because I am trying to. The vibes are off?
I'm joking.
Oh my God. I was vibing hard. You're not vibing?
I'm vibing in the cut. See, the problem is we're not that funny, honestly, I feel like.
We're not that funny.
I was listening back, and I was like, it's kind of interesting, but the laughs per minute, it's not great.
Not the great laughs per minute.
I mean, we were really not getting that many laughs in the monitor, I gotta be honest.
Oh, no.
I was like, there's a couple, like, chuckle-worthy things, but, like, laughs.
I guess this podcast can be the chronicle of trying to get funnier.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna fail. You gotta get funnier, August.
We gotta get funny. We gotta come up with some bits.
Gotta come up with some bits?
Yeah.
I guess we can have, like, August, like, game hour where, like, I challenge you to do stuff. or I torment you.
Well,
I guess that's why a lot of podcasts are like topic oriented.
yeah, like they do research.
Like
and
they
stuff.
do like fucking. Let me fucking tell you, dog. Writing a research article paper thing is bullshit. The fucking introduction is in-text citations, right? So I'm just telling you what I read. A research review is just telling you what I read.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I need 9 pages of this. Do you see something?
I hear something.
Who do you think you would beat in like a fight? Do you think you would beat I'm gonna go with like the Joe Rogan crew.
I don't know any of them.
Okay, but you know these guys. Hold on.
No, I don't.
Do you think you would beat Bill Burr in a fight? You fucking know who Bill Burr is.
I do know Bill Burr, yeah. I don't
He's not really in the circle.
I don't think I could beat him in a fight.
How tall do you think he is?
What?
Tall.
He's got to be like 5'10".
You don't think you got the height advantage?
Yeah, but I don't have any technique or strength.
But he seems like kind of like, I don't know, like an older
If
guy.
he could land a hit on me, it's over. Okay? I'm out.
Bolden.
I get one punch and I'm just like on the ground bleeding.
25-12. You have to cut. I said your name now.
I'll bleep it out.
Okay. So you don't beat Bill Burr for real?
I don't think I'd beat Bill
Or
Burr.
do you think you beat Bobby Lee?
I don't know who Bobby Lee is.
He's 4'9", I think.
Is he buff?
He is in the condition of someone who has done drugs and alcohol for a very long time.
Maybe
50 years old.
See, the problem is I have no technique, though.
What's the deal? You don't like desire to be able to fight at all?
No.
Like not even like
I
basic?
practice conflict avoidance.
Well, why?
I don't want to get punched.
Yeah, but like, don't you want to be equipped to get punched?
Not necessarily. It reminds me, with the thumb, when you're doing the punch, is it in? It's over, right?
It's over like this.
It's over
if you do
like
this,
that.
you're going to pull your thumb out.
Yeah, okay. I always get it backwards.
That'd be hilarious if you fucking dislocated your thumb trying to fight somebody off. Some dude's trying to mug you on the train. You're like, call an ambulance.
That would happen, too, you know?
That'd be really unfortunate.
Like someone's getting robbed, and I like step in and punch him and then like break my own hand. That's the just outcome.
Conflict avoidance. But your ancestors were conflicted to avoid conflict.
They were conflicted, yeah.
I guess you are kind of like...
I remember you was conflicted. Misusing your influence. I messed it up. I stumbled. Never mind.
I don't even know. Was that a reference?
Yeah.
To what?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
I don't know any of Kendrick Lamar songs.
I was also...
We just lost half of our demographic.
I also realized listening back to our first podcast recording that a lot of it was just you would like say like a whole full sentence with an idea in it, and I would like hear a phrase that reminded me of a different phrase, and I would just say it out loud.
2 people with undiagnosed disabilities.
Not great content, I gotta be honest.
2 people with undiagnosed disabilities communicating. So you have to initiate. Say something.
Trying to think if there's anything worth talking about.
What about Obama?
Obama?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Would you vote for him right now? Like if they were like, okay.
Okay,
Hold on, stop. Breathe, everyone breathe. If they were like, the 2-term is cut. You can do 3 fucking terms now. And Obama was like,
I'm back in
can
America.
I do an Obama impression? Is that okay?
You can do it again, Obama.
Hawaiian people. Is he Hawaiian?
Yeah.
Is he like, my fellow Americans? I mean, if he's just like him or Trump, right?
Yeah.
Or Joe Biden. Who are you going to vote for? Would you vote for Obama?
I guess I'd vote for Obama, yeah. I mean...
I think it's white couples have the most divorces, right?
I do not, maybe.
I was doing so much research over this fucking semester, bro. It was ridiculous. Women have worse sleep than men.
Really?
Statistically, yeah. They're more likely to report having worse...
Huh.
More likely to report having worse sleep than men.
By how much?
I don't have an exact number, but in all the studies, it was a significant interaction.
Really? I could imagine, honestly.
It's self-report, though. That's what they're answering.
I could imagine that, though.
In all the studies, women also worked less hours. I questioned in my paper, and I correlate to, because I had an article over the gender wage gap, and I was like, it might correlate to lack of resources and shit. Or availability of employment.
Is that of just women who are employed?
No, these were all studies relating to sleep.
Because
these are all very vaguely
because
correlated.
if you include all women, there's probably more women who don't work than men who don't work.
Yeah. That was included, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the conclusion. I just vaguely... That was so vaguely cited. I just needed 8.
Do women do more or less drugs than men? I feel like less.
I didn't get that one.
You didn't get that one?
I don't know if you're going to have to censor the name of the paper because it's about a very specific topic for a very specific class. My paper was the correlation between age and employment on sleep quality. No, it wasn't age. It was gender and employment on sleep quality. I didn't even want to do gender. I wanted to do age. And she's like, you can't do age. And I was like, why? First of all, she's like, you guys are all about the same age. I'm like, not really. There's like a 29-year-old in this class. There's a 29-year-old and a 19-year-old and a bunch of in the middle. And I was like, that's pretty varied. And she's like, all right, well, you can do gender, which it was 57 women to 14 men. So my sample was bullshit. Really? According to my sample, bro, employed men get better sleep than unemployed men. And according to, it's wrong. It's wrong because my sample was flawed. So I had a garbage paper to write with, my conclusion was like, I didn't learn anything.
Really?
Yeah, what she said was standard for the class. Like most people don't get a significant interaction. Psychology sucks, bro.
Really?
Yes.
I think we can leave that in. I don't know if I was able to track that down to anything.
You can leave that in? Probably.
That reminds me, though, you were going to tell me that you researched and found out how fetishes.
It's going to be hilarious when I butcher this, and someone is going to, like, rag my shit.
Actually, if you check the...
When children are doing sexual mapping as children, which is, like, when they're, like, feeling out what they can and can't do, if it gets interrupted in some way, like, with, like, a negative stimulus, like... Let's say you're like some kid in like 1930, right? You're beating your meat. And your dad comes in, he's like beating the shit out of you, right? So now you're traumatized.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like, well, I'm not allowed to do that, but I can look at shoes and that's okay.
Oh, so you like sublimate.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I'm into that because it's not taboo. I can do that. So now your hypnosexual disorder, it's where you can't get off to like normal shit because you were like traumatized. This is like a very like quick overview.
It's a little different than a fetish. It's kind of like a fetish.
Well, now you have a very specific thing now associated with it. So it could be shoes, it could be dresses, it could be this tied into.
How do you get the thing though? Like how does it come to be?
You get the negative stimulus. So like like beating your meat is not allowed, but like you can like watch something, like you can like watch Elmo and you're like allowed to like rub between your legs. You can do that. It is kind of like just like that's how you figure out how to do it. And this isn't like a concept. This is like what I learned in class.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were asking me something about Jordan Peterson, or maybe we were just talking about him.
Yeah.
But I was wondering like how good of a psychologist is he actually? And he'll just kind of say shit without like naming disorders or anything. But I'm also not like, I don't have a bachelor, so I don't fucking know. So I don't really know if he's like just spitting, like he like knows what the fuck he's talking about in terms of psychology, or he's just saying shit.
I think he's just saying shit.
'Cause
like, well, if you look at the
no, he talks like this.
The numbers for the I can't do the voice.
So they were talking about, first of all, H3H, he was ragging his shit, saying he takes benzos, and apparently he did take benzos.
Oh, he had like a crippling addiction to that. You didn't know they had a crippling benzo addiction?
He was popping the benzos. But his wife had cancer or something. I don't know the whole thing. And I'm sure everyone who would ever hear this does. I like don't know shit about shit, bro. That's going to be the running theme of this, is that I don't know anything.
Let's get back to the fetishist thing, because I have more questions.
Okay.
Because you would think that...
This does get into controversial stuff, so...
That fewer kids are being beaten during that sexual development now.
Well, it might not even be beaten, but it might be just negative stimulus. Like maybe like... Let's say like your first like thing is like you're like 4 years old and you show someone your meat in the back of the classroom and they go tell the teacher and you get like in trouble.
Yeah.
That could be like a negative stimulus. You know, you're like...
So it's just anything.
Obviously, everyone's like individual. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
It's all like
how... But that's the theory. Okay.
Yeah, and that gets into some problematic water.
Really? How so?
I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's basically it's not when you're transgender. It's different. It's transvestic disorder or something. It's where you want to become a woman. It's not you think you were born the wrong gender. It's you're trying to become a specific aspect of women. But you're a man, but you're not transgender.
I don't know.
It is people who want to become something desirable because they feel undesired.
I mean...
This is just how...
I understand.
No. This is just what I learned in class. This
Really?
isn't me, like, interpreting.
Because even, like, the definition of transgender is not really set in
also, you have
stone.
to consider that the DSM is considered, like, not great.
That's what I'm always talking about with you.
I mean, whatever, but, like, they just have a list of shit.
Yeah, it's just like...
It might be bad, but that's all there is.
It's like a constitution. It's not like a thing about like what actually like
But what do you
reality
compare it
is.
to? There's nothing else.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it might be
there's
flawed,
no,
but
like-
we have to work off it.
Yeah, but there's no standard for which, something is established as a mental illness.
I suppose, but like...
I mean, like, each individual doctor might have a reason why they don't think being gay is a mental illness. But it doesn't really matter to the DSM. It's just that they voted and took it out. I mean, like... It's
Yeah, but
not,
that's like anything. That's how our government is made, is people came up with ideas. And
Yeah,
we're like,
but that's,
yeah, let's agree on that.
That's not how illness works.
No, but this is like a super, like... I mean, that's just how the field is. We have to figure... When you say that, like, what else could we do?
I think you have to establish a new framework that
But people are
establishes
constantly-
what mental illness is foundationally.
But people are constantly doing research on it. It's just so hard to define is the problem.
Yeah. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible.
But people are actively working at it. It's like hard to do.
Oh, yeah. I had lectures about this, actually.
In philosophy?
Yeah. About
What do they say?
the definitions, because they couldn't find a definition of mental illness.
Your philosophy professor definitely walked in and was like, all right, today I'm going to rag on psychology.
No, he was a guy who studied psychology and philosophy because he was into like definitions are big for philosophy.
So he's like the yin and yang combined.
But just generally definitions are a big thing for philosophy. They want to like define things, so include this thing and don't include other things.
Yeah.
The classic fun one is the the thought experiment where you have a pile of rice and you have one like grain of rice and then 2 grain of rice and 3 grain of rice.
Yeah.
And they ask you how many grains of rice do you add until it becomes a pile of rice?
I'm thinking like 3.
The point is that there's no like real like clear limit.
I do feel it's 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That 3 grains of rice makes it a pile of rice?
Yeah, because if you got 1 rice, then you just got 1 rice. It's like that's like an off thing. It's like shrapnel. 2 pieces of rice is like a pear. I feel like a pear is like a standard metric. 3 is a crowd. 3 is like...
3's not a pile, though.
I feel like 3 is a pile.
That's just 3 like
3 is a little pile.
3 loose grains of rice.
I solved the fucking great philosophical question. It's 3.
But there could be a number of arbitrary definitions, but the idea is that past a certain point, it's clearly a pile, and before a certain point, it clearly isn't. But you can't really make a clear limit there. But there was... Anyway, the guy wanted to figure out what mental illness was. He wanted to try and define it in a way that included, like anxiety and depression, but didn't include normal experience. And the difficulty of not including normal life as a mental illness. Like the problems with describing it as like a deviation from normal mental well-being.
I mean, you just have to consider how many people just died off at fucking birth before. I mean...
What do you mean?
Back in the day, people just died off of illness. That's why they had 11 kids.
Yeah.
So let's say you're like 4 years old. You've already had 3 siblings die. I feel like people just were harder by default. So you have to consider how many people now just didn't develop that level of coping skills, and they got to a point where the stressor was too high.
Yeah.
Is that controversial to say? Or
I don't know.
I feel like that's
I mean...
You think that's possible?
I'm not sure that having a lot of traumatic things happen to you when you're young...
It does make you tougher. Not even young, but like...
Does it really make you tougher?
Not even young, but like back in the day, people were just beating the shit out of each other, desensitized to everything.
Because it seems like when you have a lot of people like or love die, it doesn't make you tough. It makes you very fragile sometimes.
But like the Cowboys and shit. And like whalers.
The Cowboys is your example.
No, but like whalers were like constant stressors all the time. I mean, but they were just tough as fuck. Because they were doing the hardest fucking job. And it was an essential labor job, too. A lot of those dudes were needed to be there.
I think they might have been rough in some other ways. I think they might have been
they were probably like beating their children and whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, kind of crying on the inside.
Well, people are chill now.
You've been seeing the memes about the North Korean woman going on
No.
Joe Rogan. Everyone keeps making like fake things.
Oh, I feel so bad for her. Because she's always like, she's describing like human rights violations.
But she's making that shit up sometimes.
I don't know.
I think...
Listen.
She says some shit that's like, I don't believe
I have to say, she fucking gets a pass. Because something definitely happened to her.
I don't know.
You don't think she was there at all?
I think she was there, but I think she's just making up shit.
Yeah, but...
Because she says stuff that contradicts herself.
I had to say, she said they were eating... She said like half of the season the plants grow and like they can eat crops. And like half the season it's all dead and they like eat bugs. And I was like, live off bugs for 6 months? But listen, I think she was in North Korea. It seems like she was in North Korea, and that's fucking crazy. That's like by default human rights violation. Even the upper class is constantly terrified of being insta-murdered.
I don't. My thing is
that's not a question. That's like it's horrible over there.
I have no idea what it's like in North Korea. We have no good information about North Korea,
bro. You think there's a possibility it's a utopia?
No, but I just feel like if all the information we get is like from the CIA, like, is it trustworthy?
I definitely think something awful happened to her.
I think it's probably rough, but I don't know what it actually is like. We have no unbiased source of people coming out of North Korea. We either have people who love North Korea, people who hate North Korea. I mean, there's no, like, there's no other information. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to give her a pass. I'm going to give her a pass.
I've just been seeing people make fun
of
her.
But I think it's awful that, like, I saw her go on, like, one of those, like, Andrew Schultz, whatever the fuck. And she's, like, talking about, like, how, like, they're killing people or whatever. And he goes, like, I think he asked her, like, something about, like, does it squirt or something like that? And I was like, geez, this is a rough podcast. It's like, I don't know if I'd be asking her, like, shit like that. You know? Like, she's talking about, like, human rights violations, shit like that. Just like, you know what's fucking crazy? On the way here, I was driving, and you know that fucking restaurant?
Yeah.
The valet parking, they took the whole fucking lane of the block. They've decided they are parking that whole lane. That's fucking crazy. What? That's allowed? They can do that? Just because they got rid of the fucking building over there? You know what I'm talking about? That whole block is like...
Really?
Yes. I thought it was just two guys because, like, I was at the light and it was the first two, like, cars that would start that lane. Hazards on. I was like, okay, just two guys all the way up to the restaurant and past it. And I was like, it's the whole block. You know the fucking goal you gotta have? Just to say, all right, for our kid's third birthday, we're gonna take up the whole block. Unfucking believable. I can't believe. Driving here is the worst thing of all time.
Really?
We live in the worst fucking place to drive.
You know what my parents complained about recently?
What are they complaining
about?
The
lights. All the lights around here are timed, in this whole city, are timed like the worst way possible.
Oh, no, they fucked us over. You used to be able to go through a bunch of these lights in one go because they would all be timed at the same time. They ticked them so you catch reds right after another.
Yeah, why?
Because they want you to get a ticket. I saw someone talk about a theory. This is on Joe Rogan.
Oh, God.
That they don't really want to do anything about crime because it's a business for them. They make tons of money off of it. That's why they don't want to, like, defund them and all that shit. ACAB on this podcast. Fuck them. Taking that stance. Hard line.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
No, don't back out.
Yeah, I mean, they make so much money from asset forfeiture. I mean,
it's ridiculous. I mean, just ticketing people and fines.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
you know how much money they've gotten out of fucking me? Definitely hundreds of dollars. And I'm like driving like what? 6 years?
They do speed traps. Like,
unbelievable. Don't go to your local police. No. I like when they do that shit and they say like something they're like, but in Minecraft.
I think the Minecraft's in lame.
It was cool at first.
Yeah, but then it was like, come on. Just say it.
I like that guy when they go on YouTube. He's like, I proved the JFK conspiracy with a whiteboard. Ever seen that?
No, I have not.
They killed him. They killed JFK, bro.
Who's they?
The CIA. They like conducted an investigation. The conclusion was that they cannot say it was not the CIA.
Really?
That was the yeah. They did it.
Oh yeah. We were talking about.
They did it. What's a cool conspiracy theory that you kind of believe?
That I kind of believe.
You're very skeptical.
I am. Yeah.
You refuse to dream. Yeah. I kind of have like little ones where I'm like maybe.
Yeah, me. Well, you know me. I'm kind of pro China.
You're kind of pro China. I don't know if you'd say pro China.
I kind of rock with China.
No, you have to realize we're autonomous agents. Do you feel like connected to nations at all?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
But I feel like people rag on China a little bit too much. And I'm like, you know what? China's probably not so bad.
I think they're as bad as us, which I already rag on, or worse. I think it's possible they're a little worse. Listen, you just have to go down to your local police station with a gun and ask to speak to a representative. Don't do that.
Stand your ground.
Don't do that. Stand
your ground.
You know, we are granted the whatever Constitution to
Second Amendment, right? At the new 11th Amendment, if you can shoot cops, no rules.
If you see a cop, you can shoot him. That's the last amendment.
The last amendment.
I'm gonna get sent to Guantanamo Bay because of this. They're gonna be like, send them. My trial's in 40 years.
I've already got so much stuff. I mean, I think I just don't care that much.
No, I'm not gonna get sent to Guantanamo. They don't fucking. Do they still send people there?
Yeah.
Probably just like people like, not like people who live around here. I think they sound like people like immigrants there, no?
I think some did, yeah.
Like people who are, I don't know.
There was some like weird, horrible case a while
They're,
ago.
they're all horrible. That is like a human rights violation over there.
Oh yeah. America does a lot of those.
Yeah, no, of course.
We do a lot of them.
Who do you think has the most between the great powers? China's been around for so long.
I mean, it depends what you count. China does a lot more executions.
Quick question.
Than we do.
The Crusade was a get back, right?
What do you mean?
Like, we fucking went back. They conquered all Europe, right? First. Listen, was of the impression they were a superpower first, violated Europe. And then the Crusade was like, we got to go fucking back.
I'm not sure.
We should get like a professor to visit us once every podcast.
I don't know because I mean, isn't the thing that like Rome falls, right, to the Northerners?
I think this is all before Rome.
The Crusades are not before Rome.
No. The Crusades are the get back from Rome. I think...
Yeah, but the Northerners kick everyone out, right? So then Rome is down to just over here. It's just like in the Middle East now. I don't know what happens after that in history.
No, I think before that, it's the Great Islamic African Empire takes over. That's why they were all in Spain and they all sent up to France.
That's like the Muslim Empire.
I think that's all before Rome.
Muslims are not before Rome, Donatello.
They're not? I thought they were like
Donatello,
way on that shit.
Jesus Christ is crucified in Rome, all right?
Oh,
and then Christianity starts 100 years after that or whatever, right? And then Muhammad happens 300 years after that, okay?
That is my critical race theory, is that Italians have to grapple with the weight of having killed Jesus. Being the most Catholic people, they seek to repent, but they are eternally guilty.
Sorry.
We're kind of like the mortal sin of like Eve. It's us. We killed Jesus.
Joke about how like for killing Jesus, the Romans were cursed to become Italian.
I didn't know that was a controversial thing, was the killing of Jesus and who was responsible.
Yeah, there's been a lot of...
Well, when I was younger, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of anti-Semitism with that.
But it was the Romans, no?
I think so. I mean, I haven't read it.
Like, I'm of the impression they killed Jesus by nailing him to a cross.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'm willing to accept responsibility. I mean, I don't know if I can really represent, but I feel like we did that.
That was you guys.
We commonly refer to them as us. I'm like, that was me back then.
That was me. We've already established
This is a pro-Italian podcast.
Even the last episode I read over it, there was a fair bit of Italian talk from your end.
Italian.
I gotta pull up. I was bored and I made like a little YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah.
Where I drew a little logo that I made a little picture.
You fucking secretly went ham on this.
I was bored. I get bored, I just do stuff.
Wow.
You have to understand. This was the funniest picture I could think of.
GIMP.
That's my image editor.
Whoa.
It's a picture of Griffith holding Guts' head.
That's us. That's you asking.
And they have a big Italian flag right behind them.
And that's the Grubcast.
And that's the Grubcast right there. There's the Grub.
That is a very Cumtown-esque logo, too.
Is it?
Somewhat. No, not really. I'm just joking. If it's on. No, it looks good. We can do that. There we go. Do you want me to upload some gameplay of, like, Dark Souls?
Dark Souls game. We'll do the next one over, like Discord or whatever.
There you go. See, I told you it'd be cool to have, like, external stimulus.
We can try that next time.
A little bit of me playing Dark Souls is going to be funny. I think it'd also be funny if I, like, watched you play a garbage Genshin Impact. Like,
we can do me the Genshin, too.
I'm willing to accept that this is going to be garbage and that we're just going to figure out how to do it better.
Do what?
You said this wasn't funny per minute. That's fine. I'm willing to accept learning it.
It's just how it is.
I think that's just kind of like the learning curve. And I was saying we should have done this ages ago. I've been like saying like just record the Discord.
Yeah.
That is always some lame shit high schooler saying, just record the Discord. There are some times where I'm like, damn, that would have been fucking hilarious if I recorded it. I'm sure everyone thinks that. It's probably not as funny as you think.
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
We haven't even talked about Genshin Impact yet.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Been happening with me.
I just got a grooming meme about Genshin Impact.
What do you mean?
Genshin Impact players like, well,
really?
Oh, not a personal statement.
I don't see any memes about Genshin. So.
I've seen a lot of just like they're weird.
Really?
Yeah, not good depictions of Genshin Impact players. I'll say that.
So, for the record, the podcast show that I finished all the games that I was playing. I finished Dragon Age and BioWare, and I was gonna buy Final Fantasy 15, but it wasn't on sale yet. And so in the meantime, I was like, I guess I'll play like Genshin Impact. I don't know why that came to my mind. It's free. So I've been doing that for the past like week or so. I unlocked multiplayer and people keep like sending requests to join my game and I'm like, I don't know.
So you don't really play a lot of video games. You play like a lot of like, you played a lot of like what, early 2000s?
I play a lot of indie games.
A lot of indie games, yeah.
Like mostly like platformers and
but
stuff
not a
like
lot of
Fez,
like, not a lot of like combat games.
No.
So this is like a new thing for you.
I mean, the combat's pretty simple in
Right.
Genshin Impact. You have like 4 attacks basically.
Of course.
You know, I mean, you have different characters. People like have mains. That's so crazy to me.
I'm on kind of a new ground with video games too, where I was playing a lot of like multiplayer games, like when I was younger, Call of Duty, and then like older, like Rust and like Overwatch.
I have a lot of multiplayer games I have on Steam that I played once because you made me buy them to play with you, and I never did.
I've been playing a lot of Souls games recently.
Like Move or Die.
Move or Die was so good, and no one ever wants to fucking play with me. I want to play that. I'm in a new space where I'm kind of playing these single player games a lot. I played after buying Dark Souls in like 2016. I didn't like it, but I just went back at it, and I had a lot of fun. And then now I'm on Elden Ring, and I fucking love it.
But you won't play Bloodborne.
It's like too much, bro.
It's the best one.
And reading Berserk is kind of funny because you see that anime where it's like the little kid, like the crown, and he's like fighting in like some tournament. It's kind of like a lighthearted anime.
Yeah.
I always kind of imagine that as you playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and then like Guts, and I'm like, that's me fucking playing Elden Ring.
But Bloodborne does have like the dark lore. I mean,
I'm good off the lore. I'm kind of tired of Elden Ring almost. It's just Dark Souls 3 continued for me.
Really?
So yeah, the next game I'm going to play is like Sekiro, which is kind of like more like
Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. And then
stuff. I'm just ready for them to do a new Armored Core game.
I mean, video games suck right now. I got to be honest.
I used to rock the Armored Core games. Used to go so hard. When I was a kid, I used to watch my older brother play them all the time.
Video games are fucking garbage right now.
Are they?
Yes, bro. Well, I don't like shit, so it's probably.
I mean, my thing is I only play games that are at least 5 years old, maybe more. So I get to catch up with what was hot like 8 years ago.
I just like hyper focus on one thing at a time. So I'll like play a Rust wipe for a month and be like, or I'll play Overwatch and like grind out like a fucking season and then not play for a year.
See, and you mock me for Genshin and you play Overwatch.
Yeah, but I've always dunked on Overwatch. I came in. The worst part is I feel like Overwatch, like ironically, and I just liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it had already been out for a while, and someone was like, "You just get it," and I was like, "I'm gonna fucking play this game, shit on it for an hour, and never play it again."
And we were talking. You're like, "I want to try Destiny, just fucking make fun of it."
I'm really not gonna fucking like it. I tried it already, and I just didn't finish the tutorial.
Really?
And if you don't finish it, you have to like play from the beginning and do all of it. It's like so long. But I just want to like play like just a couple like raids and be like, okay, cool. I'm honestly like trying to shit on it. I mean, I'm gonna give it a fair shake, obviously, but I feel like it's gonna be get this item so you can play next time, and then get on so you can play again so you can play next time.
That's what I'm trying to give Genshin.
I think that's fucking garbage.
I'm trying to give Genshin a fair shake. That's why I came in, and so far it hasn't gotten annoying. I'll say.
I don't like the daily requirements bullshit.
I mean, but I can play. You can play pretty casually and not do that.
I like to skill that shit out.
You know, it's not really a skill-based game. I like not skill-based games. I was thinking about this recently, right? Because I saw some people talking about like difficulty in games on the internet.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, no, I actually don't like difficulty in games. If a game is too hard for me and I can't like figure out a way around it, I will just cheat or stop playing. Like, I'm really not there to like hone my skills and get really good at it. I don't want to do that.
I don't understand. Like, you don't want to like earn the win.
No, not really.
You don't have any desire to like win it.
No, not really.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, for most of the games I play, I go in there because there's story or there's a rewarding kind of gameplay loop. You know, you're doing a fun thing currently.
Right. So you don't want to like win the game. You just kind of want to experience a story.
Yeah.
So you're basically reading a book a hard way.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
I told you about this. Is that I was playing this like JRPG, and I got so annoyed with the combat that I ended up cheating and like raising all my levels to max so I could like go through every fight without doing anything. And at the end, I was like, I should just read a book. That's what I was doing. I was just reading a book.
When I did that, when I was like 10 years old on like Minecraft, I was like, well, let's just go into
creative mode.
It was like, okay, well, the game's like over. I don't need to like do anything. But with survival, you have to like survive and like, you know, grow.
Yeah, and I get some stuff to a point. Like with Dragon Age, There was a couple times where I got like stomped by dragons and bosses and stuff, and I would like go back and like grind a little bit and kind of get my skills up and unlock some stuff if you're at like the techniques. But like up to a certain point, I was still playing on easy mode.
You're kind of very Shikamaru-esque character.
Who's that?
From Naruto. Shikamaru.
Which one was that?
It's the guy who just wants to look at clouds.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to have to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like.
And you're Naruto?
No, I'm definitely more of a Choji. Definitely more of a let me just chill out.
We're not even main characters, man.
No, definitely not. I don't know who Naruto would be. Well, I'm Goku. I know that.
You're Goku?
Like, if I was to be compared to every anime character, I would be most similar to Goku.
Does Goku even have a character?
Yeah, that's
really?
me. He's just like me for real.
He's just like me for real?
Yeah. I was talking about that where Goku's like one of kind of like a comic book character where he's just been around for so long. He's like more an interpretation than anything at this point.
Really?
Yeah, because Goku's just like...
I mean, how many writers has he had? Like, just like a couple, right? It's been the same guy writing Goku the whole time, I thought.
Probably, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't honestly know, but I know there's so many stories of Goku, like alternate universe Gokus.
Really?
There's just tons of that shit.
Huh.
Like, there's an interesting one where like Goku's like family gets murdered and he like trains to get stronger and he's angry, whatever. And that's kind of like that's kind of cool, but that's like the most like arc I've ever heard Goku have.
Really?
Other than that, he just like gets mad at the right time and wins.
He is like Superman in that way.
He is just like a force within the story. It's always like, let's hold off Cell till Goku can get here. I don't even think he beats Cell. I don't even know. Fuck Goku. I would beat Goku in a fight.
Oh my god.
I listened to that shit at the gym. I listened to like Goku X Powerlift, like Domain of the Gods or whatever, and I'll like hit like a set. Let's get all the lifter people in this fucking podcast.
That's like the exact opposite of me listening to like random fan fiction audios when I go to sleep.
I think the next thing you should like hyperfixate on, you should like think about like, I wonder how much weight I could lift over my head.
Not gonna happen.
And you'd be like, doo, 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 doo.
Here you go, you fucking idiot. Why don't you hyperfixate on fucking lifting some weights?
The Lifting Podcast. Welcome to the
doof.
Lifting Podcast.
Hold up. We have a 10-pound
10-pound
kettlebell
kettlebell
right here. Oh.
You should come. It'd be really fun.
I should
I'm
come.
trying to gaslight you.
I'm gonna come right now.
Unbelievable. In the pool, too. I came in the pool last week with those old ladies. They never knew. It was just me and the old ladies. I do be talking to a lot of people, but in the morning, I think that's what it is. It's in the morning. It's no one's really awake yet.
Yeah.
I'm out there. I get tired around 3 o'clock now.
Really?
3 o'clock is like the knockout hour.
Man.
This morning I woke up at 6:30.
Oh my god.
I didn't even have an alarm.
You just rolled up at 6?
Rolled up
Man,
at 6:30.
That is weird.
Went to the gym.
Hit some weights.
I'm getting all the weightlifters in this one. I'm getting all the weightlifters listening to this podcast.
What if we did a weightlifting episode, but it was just like the audio of you lifting weights at the gym, so it was just like silence and then like...
I think it'd be really funny if I was just at the gym and we were just doing the podcast.
like while you were
Like
lifting
no
weights.
video, just like you'll say something, I'll do my set. And like, yeah, that makes sense.
I think it would be best if we were like doing some over Discord or something, and so I was like in my room playing a game, and you're just like at the gym with your laptop.
I'm telling you, it'd be a cool one. It'd be a cool one. Or we could do something you do, like we could like we can go on a train. A train one would be cool.
Could do the train. Yeah, train cast.
Because I feel like trains are always just a peaceful ride.
Yeah, you need one of those nice trains. Go in a little private car, you know?
No, if you get on the right train, it's like nobody on there. I've been on a train car by myself.
Really? I've
Yeah.
not had that happen in a while.
Like in the middle of the day.
Even then, there's usually people on. I don't know.
You don't think you could punch someone in the face? I have a little more faith in you than you do.
I could do it. I don't think I would do it very well.
I think if you were like
I think it would
fending off
hurt.
an attack,
I think it would hurt my fist more than their face.
I think if like someone haggled you on the train, you'd be like, "Get away from me!" and and you would escape.
My fear reactions are, number one is flee, and number two is just freeze.
I think I
Like-
usually just freeze.
Yeah,
I'm usually just like,
it's like a scary happens. I just like sit there. I'm just like, oh.
yeah, I'm a freezer. The instant something happens, I'm like useless. Not good in not good in high pressure situation.
No.
I die early in the zombie apocalypse, bro.
Because I was thinking that, remember that one time we picked up that guy and then the police came?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And that was one where I was just like, I'm just going to sit here. I just like stood there. I was like, oh.
That
I
was
just like
crazy.
looked down so the police wouldn't see me.
There was a time we thought the school was getting shut up too. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That happened like 3 times. Public school sucked, bro. Did you enjoy the public education system?
Yeah,
I had a pretty fun time the whole time. It was
all right. It wasn't like terrible. It wasn't great.
I had a pretty fun time, but it was like useless.
I didn't really do anything.
I didn't do anything either. I didn't do any homework. You can pass all of middle school and all of high school without doing homework.
Thank you for imparting this lesson to our young, impressionable viewership.
I mean, you can. I did it. I did do it.
Not
I'm
well.
out here. No.
And then you went to community college.
And then I went to community. Hey, community college is a valuable asset
It is.
in our
It
modern
is.
economy.
Also, I like how we're like trying to avoid saying incriminating like information about ourselves here. Like anyone's gonna notice or listen to this at all.
Someone might.
You know,
We're gonna do the content impersonation thing.
we're not actually doing that.
No, we're gonna get in trouble.
It's just weird. It's just scummy.
Yeah, we're scummy. That's fine.
No, we're not. We're honest, upstanding.
Are we?
We are.
What's like the most? You ever cheated on a test?
Oh yeah,
Cheat on a test? Really?
so many times.
When? I was there, bro.
In
When the fuck
high
did you-
school,
What? For
in
AP?
middle school.
What? They're about to take your degree away, bro. It's over. I got you.
It was like I had a woodworking class one year.
Yeah.
Which was so stupid. But they had us do this test. I don't know why, on stuff we didn't even know, on like how to shape stuff. And the kid next to me was like, I got all the answers on the sheet, and he just put it on the ground in between our two desks. And so I just like looked at it and like put all the answers down off that.
Okay, wait. So hold on. This isn't enough because I was cheating off of you and our other friend at the time.
Yeah.
I was like consistently
You were consistently.
So what was I like getting like secondhand information?
I didn't cheat that often.
I was cheating like every fucking test. Like in science class, there would be like a pretty girl next to me. I would talk to her a little bit, and she would be like, "You can look at my test if you want." I had strats, bro. I had to get valuable assets.
I didn't really cheat that much. I only cheated like a couple times. I don't think.
Fuck no, I cheated every class, every test.
I didn't really start cheating until actually like online classes.
Well, that's not considering all the times I walk into a test said I don't really care if I pass this test or not, and just like going for it. That was a lot. We did that a lot. We were in geometry together, bombed. We were in geometry, and the professor thought the teacher thought my friend had a better chance of passing than I did. I failed with like a 49. My friend failed with like a 21, bro.
How'd you get a 21 on a test?
He didn't come.
Oh.
He just didn't come to class.
And they still got a 21?
Yeah, they got a 21. We did a little bit. We were trying like the last 2 weeks of class. The last 2 weeks of class we thought we'd get turned around.
That's just pathetic.
Yeah.
The last 2. God.
Well, realistically, it was
I'm glad I was not that teacher. I would have hated that sort. That was if I had to be teaching that class and these two dumb fucks roll up the last 2 weeks trying to get past it. I would give you a 0.
Well,
I would.
Okay. To be fair, it was probably like the last month. Like, where are we right now? May?
Yeah.
We probably got to May and we were like, shit, we're going to fail this class.
And you did.
Well, he was leading us on like we could pass. He was like, yeah, you guys could just come to extra help and maybe like do better on the next test. And I was like,
well, did you come to extra help?
yeah, but okay, listen, how long is a year of high school? 7 months?
I think so.
If you dicked around for 5 months and you didn't learn the basic principles of geometry, tuning in now is not going to save you.
Yeah, I guess.
It's over.
It was over.
You're going to have to learn the base concept, and then like we're doing like, what's that shit called where they got the long equation and you got to do the solution for it?
Oh, yeah, where you like kind of simplify it or whatever.
Yeah, what was that called?
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Well, there was no way. I bombed that shit. I went to summer school for it. I went to summer school every year from I think
crazy.
6th grade until 11th grade.
That is so crazy.
Did you ever go to summer school?
No.
Did you ever do like a summer program to like get like ahead in class?
No.
Really? I did one. Through failing classes, I went to a summer one where it was like get an extra like credit worth of like math.
Really?
Failed. Did that.
Why even bother?
I did the whole 3 months. I did the
failed.
whole 3 months. And then we took a test at the end. And it was like, if you pass, you get like, you don't even want to take math your senior year. I was like, let's go. And I was like, I have to say, even though I fucked around all school year, I really wanted to pass that. Because I was like, no math the whole senior year. So I tried my heart out. Bomb. My grade was like a 31. It was not even close.
Did
The
you
lowest
not
grade I
learn
got
it?
was what?
Did you not learn in the 3 months of summer?
I tried. I don't know what happened. I guess I was stupid.
Just like a history of failure here. Just like, yeah, I spent like 7 years of my life just not giving a shit and not trying ever and just failing consistently, and here I am.
Oh my god.
And I gotta say, to set the record straight, that I did try, and I got all the AP classes, and I graduated a semester early from college, and we're now working at the same place. So.
Oh my god. The lowest grade I ever got was an 8.
Single digits?
Out of 100.
How?
It was on a Spanish test.
How do you do that? I mean, like even if you don't know anything, you can get like 50% just from like luck.
You know, honest to God, I tried on that one too.
Did you get like everything wrong? Like, did you just
yeah.
have everything backwards?
Yeah, I got everything wrong.
That's like in Spider-Verse where they're like, you know, you got a 0 on here, so that means you actually do everything because you're able to get it all wrong on purpose. That's like you.
The thing, I'm a genius. I also got to the second round of a spelling bee, even though I spelled the first word wrong.
How?
Also in Spanish. I guess the judges didn't notice, but I went to the second round and like immediately spelled my second word wrong on like the third letter, and then I was just out.
First, I've never failed a class.
Insane. That is like such a wow. It's scary the first time. It is kind of like a gut punch the first time.
Really?
It's like,
oh, I'm glad you got that out early in like middle school.
well, college it held a lot of weight. The first time it happened, it was like a gut punch.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, oh my god, my life is over.
I found college so easy for grades.
Listen, I'm stupid, and that's been established. Until recently, I couldn't do any of this. But like now I can like study and like do stuff.
Man.
Before it was just like,
It took you a long time to get there.
For a long time, it was like, show up to class, they're teaching me what I got to know, and then hope for the best on the test. There was never studied. In high school, I never like went home and read a book or like read the notes.
We all have our own journeys to
Wow.
make.
I wouldn't call it a journey. I don't know if I'm like, I wouldn't say like, oh, he turned it around. I just like had to get better. I just like started doing what I was supposed to.
You're like, oh, fuck.
Wow. In hindsight, wow. A lot of failures. That is true. Meanwhile, you were doing pretty good.
You're all right.
Doing pretty good. I've done pretty good before. Like last semester, I did really good. I had the 4 A's and a C. And that was like the best I've ever done in my life.
Well, my trip was also I didn't aim super high. You know, like...
You didn't go ham?
No.
If you went ham, you could have like devastated.
Yeah, I could. I probably could have.
How do you think that works? Do you think you like think faster or just like...
What do you mean?
How do you think you're able to do this stuff so easily? Because I can't do it.
I think I just got used to it. Like I knew the routine and I got the stuff and I figured out I just figured out how to get the teachers what they want.
You just like drilled it better?
I feel like for college stuff, I just knew what the teachers wanted
more.
So I was able to just give them that. And like once you give them the thing they want, they'll give you like a grade.
Right.
Like you did everything you need to do. Like
meanwhile, I like pander. Like in my film paper, I'll write a joke I think the professor will like, and I'll get like a 90 on it. I'm like, yes.
I did something that I could do a couple times.
I think it's kind of fun.
Like I had a professor for one class who really liked Public Enemy, the rap group.
Yeah.
And I'd listened to a couple albums, and he put like a little bonus question about them one time, and I like Fear of a Black Planet, but I think It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back is really their better one.
I kind of wish there was.
And he gave me like credit for that, and I was like, all right.
I kind of wish there was more of a Peter Parker dynamic, where you could kind of like chat to your professor and kind of like quip a little bit. I did one time. I walked into my film class devastated, and we were gonna watch Ex Machina, and I asked him like how he felt about like one of the characters, and we had like a little conversation. I was like, oof, that was some punch right there.
That was us senior year with our food science class.
No, he fucked with me because I failed the first. No, I was failing as of the first quarter, so I got a really bad report.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why I was like mad. And then I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. They can change your grades. Because I was failing science, all through that year.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, I was like, I guess I'll see you in summer school. Because, I failed this class. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, you got an 84.
Really? He just gave it to you?
Yeah, because he was like, look, you did really good in the first half, and in the second half you kind of gave up, but you got like an 80. And I was like, I don't know about that. I had another teacher. He wrote
just a pity pass?
Yes. No, I had a lot of pity. I had another teacher in high school. He wrote my name on someone else's assignment and said, this is yours, right? And I was like, thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah. Because I didn't know if he was trying to get me in trouble or not. But no, just wrote my name on it. Someone else's work.
They gave you so much, don't tell us. They did so much for you.
No, I have a lot of love for those people. I really do. The public education system has some really nice people, but some of them are weird. I don't know.
It's a tough job.
Tough job for sure.
I would not want to deal with high
I could definitely
like
not do it. I would punch a kid.
Yeah.
My grandfather got a degree to be a teacher. He doesn't do it anymore because he said one time they put him with the bad kids, and one time he thought about punching a kid, so he just quit. He has not done that since.
No, I feel like I'd probably end up screaming and crying. I'd be screaming and crying.
I could see myself. Well, honestly, people how. I'll be honest. One time, someone tried to square up with me. Not really, but he tried to yell at me, and I kind of just said, "Okay," and I brushed him off. So I could see myself heating up a little bit, but I would probably ultimately at the end of the day be like, "These are just some dumb kids."
My thing is I just don't notice. Someone will be really rude to me and start trying to fight me. I'll be like, "Okay, have a good day, I guess." And then you'll be like, "They were trying to fight you."
Well, some people are just trying to be aggressive for no. Well, I guess I'm hyper a little on it.
You're a little on it, I think.
Well, some people definitely, like the guy with the door.
But you don't help it. You know.
I guess.
If I see a guy angrily storm out and hold the door for him, I don't say anything because I'm like, that guy's pissed off. I just move on with my day. But you go to make the extra comment.
No. Bullshit. I just stroll about my day normally, and people do things around me.
I told you, I've only ever had it happen once recently, where I was on the subway going between platforms, and these two high school kids looked at me, made eye contact, and they crossed over, so they were walking at me in the same way, and made me duck out of the way around them. That's the only time it's ever happened where someone has purposely gone out of their way to piss me off. Never happened before.
People. No, we're working out where we work.
And you were like, "That's my life."
No, I don't think. I think I'm pretty normal. I don't think people bother me on purpose.
Really?
Honestly, most days nothing happens. It's like this. I think there's just been a couple isolated events that portray me in a negative light. I'm pretty chilling, honestly. I was thinking about it. I have a lot of nice little relationships with random people.
Really?
Like at my gym, I know the people who work there, and I'm like, "What's up, bro? Yeah. What's going on, bro?" I feel like I have a pretty good rep. Overall. Okay. I'm a community figure. Not really, but
hey, I get a ding. I just got dinged for saying your name.
There you go. Do people know you somewhere you have a cafe or the DDR place maybe?
Not really.
That's not a red flag. That's a game.
Well,
we could be in Ontario. I guarantee you there are specialty places all over the place.
Yeah, but we've already established the city or county we live in. And so they could just go, nearby DDR. There's only 5 of them.
They would find you. They would hunt you down.
They could.
You're like a fucking...
You're just waiting.
You're in Blade Runner.
Waiting by their seats like a baseball bat.
They're hunting you. You would be like one of the replicants. You'd be like, I am playing... You would be playing Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember what you're playing. Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy.
I'm playing Final Fantasy.
Well, I'm probably on the Genshin for a while.
Have you ever considered how Genshin Impact makes its money? Microtransactions targeted at minors.
It's pretty scummy. I got it.
Microtransactions targeted at minors.
They unlocked that stuff. I saw the polls where you could get your characters in there, and I was like, this is stupid.
August, contributing to this game's profit is morally reprehensible.
I haven't paid them anything.
Is it a free game?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
This is also a thing to talk about video games, because I'd never played modern games. Why are they all so big?
What do you mean?
The file size for all these games is 50 gigabytes. Why are they so big?
I think you might just be limited by the laptop factor. I think that is a big thing. Well, how much storage do you have on that?
500, but most indie games are less than 2 gigs.
Right, but indie games are made that way because of limited
400 megabytes. I've played games that were 2 kilobytes.
But everything you play now, it's if you play the new I don't know, Resident Evil 19,
it's 100 gigabytes.
Yeah, because you can see your reflection in puddles and shit now.
Don't do that.
My game was going rough on Overwatch yesterday, and I was pissed because I paid a lot of money for that computer. I just fixed it. I have not paid for an operating system
They
yet.
just made the game smaller in size. Could just do something.
I think if the real solution is someone should go to Bill Gates' house with a shotgun, and when he opens the door, they should kill him. And then they should do that to the owner of Nestle, and then like the owner of Coca-Cola next. And then eventually the president.
Like Exxon.
The president of the United States. And then I think after that, maybe. I don't even remember what we were originally talking about.
You got caught up in your little fantasy there.
I think the Russian Revolution, well, would you be on with that? Like, if someone came up to you and was like, I'm going to, like, kill all these people. Would you be like, we think you're, like, a brilliant mind who can help us. Would you be like, sure.
We talked about it, and it really depends on, like, the thing.
It's the communists. They're here for
Because,
you.
like, if it's, like, one guy who's like, you're the smart one, and I need you to help me kill people, I'm like, you're a Fed. This is a honeypot.
They're going to get it. That would have never crossed my mind, I have to say. I would get got so easily by the CIA. That's crazy. Nah, I would never. Is there a cause you're committed to enough, I guess, is my question. Or you would. Be like, I am the mastermind.
I guess. I mean...
I don't think I could do it.
I could see myself getting involved with a revolutionary struggle.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I would kind of just be someone who gets, like, is caught up because he lives there. I definitely don't think I'm, like...
You're the reluctant hero?
No, not even. Like, I'm like, I don't care. I just get crushed by, like, a falling building in the background is what I do. Yeah, I can't see myself, like, being in, like, Russia and they're like, we're going to kill the king. I'm like, yeah. Well, maybe.
Let's
Maybe
go.
I'm, like, starving.
Yeah. I mean, that was the Bolsheviks. They were all the unemployed young men. They
That's like us.
Yeah, but they were like they made Bolshevik clubs that they all went to because they were all broke, basically, and they got like food and stuff. And they're all hanging out, and some guys like, while we're hanging out, what if we killed the king?
So the Bolsheviks for this time period was offset by Uber Eats, essentially, is what I'm hearing. Is like men in their 20-somethings who have really nothing to do all day.
Or it's the incels.
Are they still around? I feel like they're not as like real
Really?
as they used to be.
Maybe.
They were real at one point.
Actually, I feel like incels have died off and femcells have risen.
Femcells is like a really like... Femcells is more of a joke because they're really not a radical group. Like a real life femcell is like a woman who was like really difficult to deal with in public.
But
That's like it.
There are some weirdo ones now. Like, I thought it was like a joke thing at first, but I've been seeing a couple people recently on the internet who are like really into like Dworkin and the Scum Manifest, or like really weird old 70s like feminist separatist stuff. That are like really about that.
I mean, seemingly
Red Scare fans.
Seemingly overall, acts of violence are perpetrated by men. I feel like it doesn't happen. It's not like as real of a thing as like the incel attacks that did happen at one point. Where like there was a couple of weird guys who like went out, like that guy who was like the ultimate gentleman. You remember him?
Oh, vaguely.
He filmed the video talking about he's like the ultimate gentleman.
Yeah.
And, like he ended up mass shooting women.
Yeah.
Those are isolated incidents, but it just happens more in men than it does in women.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've had like a femcell killer. There's been psychopathic women, but that's just like not like that doesn't make it specific.
Could be any day.
I don't know. I think outrage like stuff from the internet, I feel like people are reacting less.
I feel like honestly the internet's kind of over.
It kind of feels like radio where it's kind of just like obsolete at this point. I don't know. I mean, real life is just better.
Yeah, but it's also just like, it's not good for anything.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was because during the pandemic, a lot of people were online a lot, so we kind of got sick of it.
I'm just thinking more like Google sucks.
Google sucks. Bing sucks, yeah.
You know, like you can't get what you'd like want to find anymore out of there. I mean, we were talking about Discord recently.
Record our calls, yeah, without a question.
Or like, what is that? Like you know that Discord's going to get, like in the next 5 years, is going to get like super shitty.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I'm kind of riding it till it dies. They're like,
yeah.
They're doing a lot of the microtransaction shit.
Yeah. My prediction, actually, real prediction right here, prediction moment, is I think Discord's going to get like shittier for the next like 5 years. And some like Chinese like Chogang Lumber Company or whatever, it's going to make a messenger app. It's going to get really big in China. It's going to get bundled in with some like free game or whatever. And then it's going to like blow up over here and become the standard.
Like a new Fortnite kind of thing where you can interact in the world.
Yeah, but then it's like a messenger app bundle and everyone's going to start using it. That's my prediction for the future.
I think people are honestly going to disconnect a lot more and more because...
I don't know if they can.
I mean,
They always go somewhere.
I'm not super disconnected, but I feel like I'm a lot less connected than I used to be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But there are new kids. There are new teenagers.
I mean, they're hyper-connected, but I don't know I don't know if people our age are ever going to make that connection again. I mean, how connected do you feel to the internet, really?
Not that connected.
I mean, my phone is mostly Spotify and, like, memes. It's, like, just, like, random bullshit. Or, like, the Wordle. You don't, like, look at memes? Well, I have Instagram. So
I see the occasional meme, but not often.
I don't know. I don't really, like, talk to people online.
No, I don't.
Like, when I was a child.
When you were being exposed.
As a child?
It would be so funny if they, like passed laws now to, like, ban children under 18 from using the internet.
Honestly,
because then we would be like just like the weird fucked up ones.
Yeah.
You know? Like they would be normal after us and people before us would be normal and we're like, wow, they were the fucked up ones who got the weird shit when they were kids.
Well,
you know?
Well, I have to say, do you think like the average child like people our age, you think they've seen worse things than like someone in like 1930?
I don't know.
Like have you like all the live leak shit is crazy.
Yeah. But it's sort of, I mean, you're more disassociated from it. It's somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not like you're watching. Like,
I can't watch that now.
Your brother die.
I can't watch that now.
I never liked that.
When I was a kid, I mean, like I didn't like it, but it didn't really bother me so much. But now I'm like, ugh, I hate seeing it. I hate when like I'm watching, like I'm scrolling through like Instagram, and it'll be like you won't know what the video is, and you're like, oh, this is a fucking live leak video, and you just see something awful, like someone fell into a garbage compactor. I didn't want to see that. Terrible stuff on the internet.
I avoid that.
If you had children now, would you regulate? Would you say, like, hey, you can't use the internet until you're a certain age?
I don't think so. I mean, you'd have to put some restrictions in place, I feel like. But, I mean...
But do you really want him to be like the iPad kid? Like, you get the iPad for an hour.
There's a line, I feel like. Because...
I think if they just don't know, it might be better.
Kids got to be able to kind of do their own stuff at some point, you know? Like...
Yeah, but I feel like you give them access to, like, books and hanging out with other kids, but maybe not, like... Yeah. I don't know if the iPad's the best choice. People are bad now with the fucking kids.
Really? I mean, I didn't have a phone till I was in high school.
I didn't have a real phone until I had a cell phone, actually, really young. But I didn't really talk to anybody except my parents. I was like 5. I had a phone in like high school. I got one in middle school, I think, maybe.
But I mean, I think there's a positive side to just having the internet when you're like a teenager, you know? I mean, like, it's cool.
It gets to where you're not supposed to be, like, instantly. Especially now doing anything, there's always, like, porn ads on straight everything.
I think there was some positive impacts to my life from the internet.
I mean, there was definitely tons of positive impacts to my life from the internet,
yeah,
but I feel like, like, a lot of the kids were, like, when their internet first popped off, a lot of people were just, like, straight killing themselves. Like, that Amanda Brown girl where she drank all the bleach.
People were always doing that.
Yeah, but I think it got, like, perpetuated a lot at the time.
I don't know.
I think the effects of the information age on the youth has been detrimental.
I really think the problem is less that the information age is there, the internet is there, but more that like the way it's being shaped. I mean, obviously, you know, it gets back to profit motives. You know, the people are making websites that are like, you know, people won't pay to moderate websites.
I mean, how would you fix the internet?
Like Instagrams and the Twitters and just all the TikToks, whatever, really won't do what's necessary to kind of regulate what's on there because it doesn't make them any money. You know, so if it was done a certain way, I think the government should run a social media website. I genuinely think this. I think there should be like a government standard social media website that you can just like be on. Maybe it's not associated with your name, but somehow it is that you can communicate with people on easily and post stuff on.
They were trying to do that with the metaverse. That was the whole appeal. Was that
was not government.
Yeah, but
I think that should be state run without a profit motive because Facebook has a profit motive in it. Facebook profit motive is what fucked it up, you know? Because
no one wanted to be on there. It was the crazy part.
Because all the horrible shit on there is behavior because it makes them money.
Right.
You know, it gets you angry or gets you mad. When you see the guy throwing the trash compactor, it gets you kind of angry and you react to it, you know?
I hate that fucking video.
That's apparently the thing that's been happening with Twitter recently, is that they switched it up, like how it works, to like gear to some of the restrictions and free up content, and it made it so that if you search up cat on there, the first result is cat in a blender. Apparently all the gore stuff got like boosted to the top because it was getting the most reactions, and they like lifted a bunch of like stuff.
What do you think about Elon taking over so far?
I mean, it seems like it's been pretty bad.
It's been pretty bad?
I don't really know that much about it, but I actually just saw a thing recently that I was laughing. I was telling my dad about this. Let me see if I can find it.
The drum fucked up. I don't think he ever thought he was going to be back on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, because he made that deal with the Freedom Press or whatever.
Oh, he made his own.
Yeah, and like no one does that.
This was the thing I saw. Yeah, apparently Elon Musk censored some stuff in Turkey. No, he censored some stuff about the Turkish elections at the behest of the Turkish government.
He's a piece of shit.
You know?
You know why I think he's a piece of shit? It's because he rigged Dogecoin. I lost fucking money.
But I have an actual point here. He like said a bunch of stuff about the election for like the people in charge, which is kind of fucked up. And people were saying it wasn't really free speech, and his response was, "By free speech, I simply mean that which matches the law. I am against censorship that goes far beyond the law. If people want less free speech, they will ask the government to pass laws to that effect. Therefore, going on the law is contrary to the will of the people." Like, that's just not what free speech is.
Yeah, no. But he owns Twitter. What he just said is, I own Twitter.
Yeah.
It's ultimately what he decides.
Yeah, but he's lying.
He's a piece of shit.
He's just lying to make money.
He robbed me, personally. Him and Robin Hood fucking robbed me. Like $600 one time. I lost so much money. Another series of losses.
Oh my God.
In 2020, I think I made like $600 off the stock market. In 2021, I lost like $3,000.
What happens?
I have not traded since.
Man.
I was doing so good. I had so much Dogecoin. I had bought it so low and it had been boosted so high. And Elon said, sell Doge, sell Doge. I wanted to sell before he was going to do that. I was like, I know Elon's going to like tweet tomorrow. He's going to fucking say something. So I was like, let me sell. Please, God, let me sell. Robinhood was restricting the trade because they knew people were going to try and pump and dump. So I couldn't sell it. They wouldn't let me sell. And I had to watch it plummet. It was so much fucking money, bro.
Do you still have it?
No. Elon robbed me. He did this. I mean, he's a piece of shit. I mean, that's illegal. I mean, it's not illegal because it's crypto. If you did that with a stock, that's illegal. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that. I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's fraud. Robbed me. That's for frauded. Sure. World is a very not nice place.
There's a lot of evil people.
Yeah. I wonder about this because, like, I genuinely just, like, want to, like, chill. Why do people want to, like, have, like, everything? It's not even beneficial.
People get weird about stuff. I don't know. I mean,
there's nothing I would like kill someone over, I don't think. Like an item, maybe someone killed my whole family, like I'd be like Sasuke and be like, "Oh." But like someone like broke my like computer, I don't think I could ever like be like, "I'm going to kill you." I'd be like, "Okay, wow. You're going to have to pay for that."
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a very civilized time. It's going to be worked out.
Yeah.
I do think though that everywhere should be able to do the mutual combat. That should be allowed.
You think duels should be allowed?
Yeah, I think if you have like a problem with someone, you should be able to like get a ref, like a local cop, be like, "Hey, we're gonna fight."
Fight it out.
You fight it out, and if no one needs to go to the hospital, you walk away.
The problem with that is that people would always be challenging everyone to duels, like all the time.
So step up or leave me alone. That's how it works. That's the duel.
I would just always say no.
That's fine. You can do that. Well, you would. That's just your pass around the system. You would like just be annoying, and then like they'd be like, "Well, duel me." You'd be like, "No," and you're lame. You would just get around the system.
No, plus you're lame. You fell off. Young boy is better.
Do you think that would work in today's society? People would be like, "Yeah, let's duel."
No, I do not, because everyone has guns.
Well, no, it would be like I'm talking like mutual combat. That's only allowed in Washington, D.C.
Like what kind of combat?
Like the cop has to be a ref, and you guys like duke it out.
Like with fists?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like it gets like, to be like,
people can die from fists.
Yeah, I know. That's the mutual combat, though. You're acknowledging that risk. This isn't like a trick anybody kind of thing.
And
it's
again,
like everyone
it
knows.
just seems like it just.
Do you think people would do it if they said it's allowed?
It just makes the situation worse, it feels like. Because then you have people who, like, again, you have the guy who, he has the fist and he loses the fight and he's all beat up and he's mad as shit.
Yeah.
So he goes home and gets his gun and shoots the guy.
Well, then that's illegal.
Yeah, but you turned a small conflict into a larger one.
You've had a fair fight. No, you've duked it out.
It just
the conflict's resolved now.
It seems like escalation. No, I don't think that fighting always leads to conflict.
That's a good critical question. You don't think outlets would work? You think it's better to just not?
I think there's probably a 50-50 number of people who either like are like, okay, we fought it, I'm good, or like he just punched me, I'm mad as shit now. Like imagine like someone breaks your computer, right? And then he beats the shit out of you. Now you're like double pissed, right?
Well, there was one time where I was fucking and I like stole one of his nuggets and he smacked me. And I kind of accepted it because I was fucking with him, so he hit me. And I was like, all right, man, come on. And I like sat with him for the rest of lunch. I kind of feel like in controlled environments, it's really fine. Especially if you have like a ref cop. He's like, break it up.
I don't know about
You don't think like kids should scuffle in school?
I don't think kids should scuffle.
I think it just happens. I think it's better to scuffle than to not.
I don't know. I never really scuffled.
I scuffled a little bit. Nothing ever serious. We never were like beating the shit out of each other. But pushing and shoving, a little bit of wrestling. I ended up usually that resulted in me being friends with whoever I had a scuffle with.
Really?
Literally like every time. Yeah. There was some kid who just.
You're like a shonen hero.
I mean, I think that's just how that was just some kid's way of interact. Like that, the person I name dropped just last. One time like Naruto said to me, "I want to be your rival." I said, "You're a fucking weirdo." I think some kids just didn't really know how to
So you were on your shonen hero shit. Then.
No, I think some kids just didn't know how to interact, and they only watched anime.
This was like your fair fight then.
And then I was not very fast.
You just raced on anime.
Yeah, usually I was challenged to a race and I lost because I wasn't very fast.
You were challenged to races?
Yeah, I was never fast, so I always lost.
I never had this happen to me.
I wasn't. Remember?
Yeah.
He was like. Remember, I don't know if you ever seen the meme about the fastest kid in 2nd grade.
Really?
He was the fastest kid.
Huh.
So every time someone challenged him to a race, he'd be like. So he was like a Chad, bro. He was like elementary school Chad. I punched him in the back of the head actually, when we were I think 7.
Man.
We had a little scuffle. I don't think we were really friends though.
No. All of my injuries were me doing shenanigans with people. I do remember being in elementary school and daring a kid to see you could get somewhere faster a race, and we didn't realize it was ice, and we both slipped and fell on our asses and hurt ourselves really bad. But that was not a combat. That wasn't a versus. That was just mutually assured.
Well, hold on. Let's back up because you definitely instigated some conflicts. When you threw that open drink at a large group of predominantly African American teenagers.
Okay, but that was not really about them. That makes this worse, actually. Never mind. That makes it even worse. I take this back.
No, you were just trying to get me in
You
trouble.
were in trouble, yeah. I did a lot of stupid shit to try and get you in trouble.
I got myself in very not important trouble. Just doing the hand thing and just some kid freaking out in the hallway. A lot of people just had meltdowns in the hallway.
Really?
At high school, yeah, it was crazy. Just random girls crying in the corner. It was and I would just walk past. I was like, I'm going to class. Leave me alone. You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, just girl having panic attack after lunch, and all her friends are I'm going to play football or something.
I didn't. Maybe I just wasn't observant.
So okay, so the goals for this summer: observatory. Mm-hmm. What is that temple you wanted to see, or that?
Oh yeah, the Hindu temple. We're
gonna go see the Hindu temple.
Jersey, baby.
We're looking to top. The last thing we did was we went to the monastery, and they were having a funeral, and we didn't realize it was a funeral till we
that
were
was a moment. That was a distinct moment.
Well, first of all, I was worried that we were talking too much.
You were laughing.
No, I was. Okay.
You were giggling. You kept starting to giggle, and I would be elbowing you, Bob laughing.
No. I realized we were in a situation we were probably not supposed to be at. And because I was nervous, I had a little chuckle. It wasn't me laughing at the funeral.
Okay. But everyone already was praying, and you were sitting
No, there were the 2 girls in the back chatting.
Yeah, but there was a mom and her kid who were praying hard.
No, they were gossiping about the other fucking people. That was 2 ladies. They were chatting away. Was that the same time we were there and they gave us the vegetarian food and
yes.
It was garbage?
I liked it.
I mean, I hate to say it was garbage, but they can get better rice than that.
It was just regular.
I understand.
It was made by volunteers. They made a massive amount of it, probably. God, how many people think they get?
I have no idea. Probably not a lot.
Yeah, it seemed pretty.
I just saw them on the news today.
I just can't believe we couldn't actually go in there because of COVID stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was so lame.
I noticed this. This is just an observation. Chinese people are very serious about that still.
Yeah.
Chinese restaurants have not returned to their usual dynamic.
They're serious about disease.
Yeah, no. They're not fucking around. The Chinese food restaurants have not gone back to how they used to be. It's always disposable stuff now, and usually they still have the window. I haven't had Chinese food in a while. I haven't really liked it recently.
I had some stuff recently.
I
got Popeyes recently.
How was it? Disappointing. Where we live, it's impossible to get good fried chicken.
Really?
We don't live in Kentucky.
My dad wants to have nice fried chicken.
I really think the final solution, the ultimate, the plan.
This is a crazy thing I learned. You know the political phrase, the big lie?
No.
Oh, this is ruined then.
Well, I know it, yeah. What?
But when people say the big lie, you know who coined that phrase?
Who?
Hitler. About Jewish people.
Oh, yeah, their big lie is that they're normal or whatever?
Or whatever, yeah.
I didn't say that. Hitler said that. That wasn't me.
People say that, and I'm that's a Hitler thing? Hitler coined that.
Well, if you want to get real technical, Volkswagen is like directly Hitler.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Fanta is also Hitler.
Oh, yeah, all those. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that was a wartime thing.
Yeah, no, we're like fucked on. We like got tons of Nazi stuff now.
Operation Paperclip.
Operation Paperclip moment. They're a cool villain for like Indiana Jones movies.
Is that how you rate wars?
But I mean, no, but like the Nazi like a movie where it's like a wartime like 1920s kind of film. It is always just so cool because they're like killing the Nazis. Like I like Inglourious Basterds because the whole thing is like they're like fucking over it. And they, you know, I didn't like that they killed Hitler at the end though, because that was like just like bullshit. It didn't happen. Anyway, they're just so cool to like be like the villain. Like in Hellboy, in Call of Duty Zombies.
They have a good style. Good fashion.
Didn't like the Versace design them?
Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss. Did you, if like Hitler was a lot, if you were like a tailor, you were like a dude in like that time, and you were just some guy in Austria like sewing dresses, you're like the GOAT. Hitler's like, dude, I'm starting a militia. I need you to design the uniform. Which you'd be like, of course.
Dante, we've already established before we talked about this. I would just follow orders. I'm not proud of it, but I would just follow orders.
That was a heavy statement. That was a heavy statement.
You know, I'm no Schindler, all right?
I don't know. I mean, I would like to think I might do at least try something. But I really think I wouldn't be... Like,
realistically, I feel like I'd be like, damn, it's kind of fucked up what they're doing to Jewish people. And then I would just follow orders the rest of the time.
I could definitely see myself being someone who like literally does not know. Because there were definitely some people, or no, like they definitely knew.
I think they knew.
They knew?
I mean, like the Jewish people like got their like shops, like windows broken and they disappeared. You could ignore it, I guess, but it seems hard.
I don't know. I really don't know. I probably wouldn't. I probably was following orders.
What the fuck happened to like...
Realistically, probably also follow orders, but I don't know. I'd hope I would try something at least. Like maybe some like semblance of mercy.
Like, yo, where'd Larry go?
Where'd Larry go?
Well, didn't Larry run the shoe store?
Their names weren't Larry.
Anyway, it's been an hour and 50 minutes.
It's been 1 week since you looked.
I think that's a good enough cut.
Yeah, that's trim a good enough cut.
Cut some parts out.
So you would pull the lever.
I guess.
Oh my! I'm ending the podcast.